Imagine this. You're lying on a cool summer night far from the city's glow, staring up at a sky so vast it swallows you whole. Stars wink like distant fires, the Milky Way a hazy river of light, and for a fleeting moment the universe feels knowable, comforting even. But what if I told you that everything you've ever believed about that sky, the birth of galaxies, the dance of stars, the very fabric of reality itself, is a lie? A beautiful ancient deception spun by the cosmos to hide its darkest secrets? What if right now, a telescope 1,000,000 miles from Earth is peeling back that veil, revealing a truth so shattering it could unravel the story of everything? Ladies and gentlemen, space enthusiasts, dreamers of the infinite, welcome to the edge of the unknown. Today we're diving into the latest discovery from the James Webb Space Telescope, a find so profound, so utterly mind-bending, that astronomers are whispering it could break the universe as we know it. Picture a rogue black hole, naked and alone, heavier than 50 million suns, lurking in the dawn of time without a single galaxy to call home. This isn't just a rock in the cosmic stream. It's a tidal wave crashing against the foundations of our reality. And if you stick with me through this journey, I'll hand you the keys to hidden knowledge, the forbidden lore of primordial chaos, the mythic echoes of creation stories from forgotten civilizations, and rare insights that could redefine your place in this wild, whispering expanse, secrets that even the stars themselves might envy. So, lean in close, because once we start unraveling this thread, there's no turning back. Let's set the stage, shall we? High above the fray of Earth's orbit, perched at the L2 point like a silent sentinel, the James Webb Space Telescope isn't just looking at the stars, it's gazing into the cradle of existence itself. Launched in 2021, this golden-eyed behemoth, with its sunshield vast as a tennis court, peers through infrared veils that lesser scopes can only dream of piercing. It's like upgrading from a flashlight to a lighthouse in a storm. Suddenly the fog lifts, and oh, what horrors and wonders emerge. Remember those first jaw-dropping images? The glittering nurseries of Carina, the ghostly glow of the cosmic cliffs. They were teasers, mere appetizers to the feast that's unfolding now. But hold on, because what Webb has uncovered in the last few weeks, it's not just a new photo, it's a reckoning. Imagine the early universe, just 750 million years after the Big Bang, a toddler cosmos still wobbly on its feet, filled with swirling mists of hydrogen and helium, pockets of density clumping like dough in a baker's hands. In our textbooks, the story goes like this. Gas clouds collapse, stars ignite like birthday candles, galaxies bloom from those stellar seeds, and only then do black holes form. Greedy hearts born from the death throes of massive suns, merging and feasting in the shadows of their host galaxies. Neat, tidy, predictable, a cosmic assembly line. But what if that line was built on sand? What if the real architect of the stars was something far older, far hungrier, lurking in the voids before light itself dared to shine? Enter the little red dots. Tiny crimson specks scattered across Webb's vast fields of view, like blood drops on a black canvas. Over 300 of them, spotted first in 2023, but it's only now, in September 2025, that one has stepped fully into the light, or rather, the gravitational lens. You see, the universe plays tricks with gravity. Massive clusters bend space-time like a funhouse mirror, magnifying the faint whispers from billions of years ago. In one such warped window, Webb locked onto 3 identical red glimmers, reflections of the same object, twisted by that lens into a cosmic triplet. They called it QS01, a quasar orphan, but don't let the name fool you. This thing is a monster. For 40 grueling hours, Webb stared, unblinking, dissecting the light pouring from each dot. Then in December 2024, another 10-hour vigil, pixel by pixel, spectrum by spectrum. The verdict? QS01 isn't just massive, it's a supermassive black hole, clocking in at 50 million solar masses, devouring gas at a rate that would make a supernova blush. But here's the gut punch. There's no galaxy around it. No swirling arms of stars, no dusty disk to cradle this beast. It's naked, exposed, a solitary predator in the infant universe, feasting alone when everything else was just a soup of potential. Roberto Maiolino, the lead astronomer on this revelation, put it best. This is completely off the scale. It's terribly exciting. It's highly informative. And he's right, because if black holes like QS01 existed before galaxies, before stars even had a chance to burn, then our entire origin story crumbles. Forget the assembly line. This is anarchy, primordial chaos, where the rules of physics were still being written in fire and shadow. It harkens back to Stephen Hawking's wild 1971 idea, primordial black holes, born not from stars, but from the Big Bang's own fury. Those first microseconds, when quantum fluctuations in the plasma soup collapsed dense regions into inescapable voids, tiny at first perhaps, but growing ravenously in the dark, seeding the quasars that lit the cosmic dawn. But let's peel back another layer, shall we? Because this naked wanderer isn't just a scientific oddity. It's a mythic echo, a symbol woven into the tapestries of ancient lore. Think of the Norse Ginnungagap, that yawning void between fire and ice where creation stirred in silence, birthing Ymir, the primordial giant whose body became the world. Or the Egyptian Nun, the infinite waters of chaos from which autumn emerged, self-created to spark the sun. QS01 feels like that, a cosmic nun, a Ginnungagap in miniature, reminding us that before order there was hunger. The universe didn't build itself from light, it clawed its way out of darkness, with these black holes as the first teeth. And symbolically, it's a mirror to our own souls, the voids we carry, the unseen forces that shape us long before we see the stars in our eyes. Dale Kuchevsky, another voice in this symphony of shock, nailed it. It's pushing the boundaries on what we think might be true, what we think might happen. But boundaries, they're made to be shattered. And trust me, what comes next may change how you see the sky forever. Because if QS01 is the ghost in the machine, whispering that black holes predated their galactic prisons, then the next revelation uncovers a secret very few people know. The universe itself is speeding up, out of control, and Webb just slammed the door on any easy escape. You see, for decades, astronomers have been haunted by the Hubble tension, a rift in the heart of cosmology. Hubble's law tells us the universe expands, galaxies fleeing like shrapnel from an explosion, with a constant rate, the Hubble constant, pegged around 70 kilometers per second per megaparsec. But measure it one way, with nearby supernovae and Cepheid stars, and you get 73. Measure it another, with the cosmic microwave background's echoes, and it's 67. A 5% discrepancy? Sounds tiny. But in the grand architecture of reality, it's a crack that could bring the house down. Enter Webb, the ultimate arbitrator. In 2023, early peaks suggested maybe Hubble was wrong, its mirrors fogged by cosmic dust or faulty stars. But no, by late 2024, and confirmed in joint studies through 2025, Webb's eagle eye has scrutinized over 1,000 Cepheids across distant galaxies, aligning perfectly with Hubble's rogue readings. The tension isn't a mistake, it's real. The universe is expanding faster than our models predict, like a heart racing toward some unseen climax. Adam Rees, the Nobel laureate who first flagged this, called it a cosmic crisis at the American Astronomical Society in January 2025. And why does this tie to our naked black hole? Because in that frantic early era, when QS01 was gorging itself, the expansion rate would have amplified the chaos. Faster stretch means sparser gas clouds, harder for galaxies to form. Yet here was this behemoth, thriving in the voids. It's as if the universe was born not with a bang, but with a scream. Black holes racing ahead like scouts in a war against emptiness. Picture it. The Big Bang's afterglow, that faint microwave hum, cooling as space balloons outward. But if it's ballooning too fast, too soon, then those primordial fluctuations, the seeds of structure, get smeared thinner. Galaxies should struggle to coalesce, stars flicker out before igniting. Yet Webb shows us the opposite. Lush fields of early galaxies, bursting with light. And now these rogue black holes, fat and furious. It's like finding a fully grown oak in a seedling pot. John Reagan, pondering these little red dots, summed up the field's electric buzz. QS01. and the rest of the little red dots that tell us we don't know anything. It has been really exciting and very electrifying for the field. Electrifying, yes, but terrifying too. Because if black holes bootstrap themselves from the bang's debris, growing not by mergers but by slurping the thinning soup at breakneck speeds, then what else have we missed? What other shadows lurk in the infrared haze? And speaking of shadows igniting into flame, but the next part will surprise you even more. Just days ago, on September 10th, 2025, Webb turned its gaze closer to home. Well, relatively speaking, and captured something that feels like a prelude to our cosmic drama. An immense stellar jet, a blowtorch of seething gases erupting from a monster star on the Milky Way's ragged outskirts. 8 light-years long, twin beams slicing through interstellar space like divine lances, birthed from a protostar still cloaked in its natal cocoon. This isn't some distant echo. It's happening now, in our galaxy's nursery, a violent expulsion that carves channels for future stars to wander. But zoom out, and you see the thread. These jets, these outbursts of raw plasma, are the same fury that fueled the early universe's forges. In that primordial frenzy, a collapsing cloud might not birth a star at all. Instead, it implodes straight into a black hole seed, jetting material that clears the way for nothing. Just void. A naked horizon waiting to grow.